Welcome back to another OVR weekly shooting drill. This week we're going to drop back to a beginner drill. This is an orange level, or the highest level of beginner that we have in our qualifications course. And this one, there's a couple different names for it. We just call it a 3-target transition. We can make this really as difficult as we want. In this case, there's going to be targets that also have some innocent targets around it, so you have to maneuver around those. One of the tendencies people have when there's an innocent in front of a threat, that they tend to shoot far away from that innocent target. So if the innocent target is kind of covering the left side of the threat, the tendency is to shoot way to the right, or vice versa. So you want to make sure that you focus and concentrate on actually shooting the correct target in the correct area, and not so much worry about that innocent target or the no-shoot target. At the same time, we're going to go from center out. We're going to engage that middle threat first, which seems to be the one right in front of us, and then go either left or to the right. You can make this more difficult by moving to the side. You can draw from a holster. You can add a reload in there. There's a lot of ways you can make this more difficult. And if you're allowed to do multiple targets, you can certainly do this at any range. You can also, it's a little difficult to do it at a regular range, but you can have one target that, say, has 3 targets on there and have to engage all 3 targets on that. And there's a couple different ways you can modify and do that. But for our purposes here at OVR, we're just going to go from a low ready. And again, we're going to engage that middle target, jump to the left, jump to the right. And then we'll go over, after we get done with this, we'll kind of critique it as always, and discuss different ways that we can improve and make better. So one of the differences you'll see on this is I'm not showing myself shooting in this instance. This is basic shooting from a low ready. So we're not going to have to go over a holster draw or a reload or anything like that. So we're just showing the drill. The machine beeps, about a half to a full second delay, and then the targets pop up. Again, you're engaging that middle target first, and you can see the headshot there on the target. So overall, that first shot was about a second and a half. Again, there's about a half a second or so delay for it to beep, and then to the left and then to the right. Could be a little bit better. We're just slightly off both shots, just barely off left and barely high. But again, that's all areas for improvement. Overall, I was able to get all those shots off in 2.7 seconds. So, I know that that's relatively fast, but I can make that better. I can be maybe a touch slower, but more accurate. But there's really no complaint on hitting dead center in the circles of where we're at.